Hey guys, what's up? This is FlashStack. Welcome back. I would be doing this on on DevPro, but as you may know, if you've been watching my videos recently, DevPro is down for the count for a while because they're doing a lot of major renovations to it. So in the meantime, I'm going to be doing this on Dual Network. Now, you all know I like the Odd Eyes deck, and you probably know what's happening because of what's listed below, but I remastered my Odd Eyes deck to better fit the new cards that were added. So we have Odd Eyes Advent and Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon you already knew about, as well as Tuning Magician, Time Sword Magician, and Enlightenment Paladin. So yeah, we're going to take a good look at that. Now we're just going to banish Tuning Magician. And we're going to normal summon Perform Pal Skull Crobat Joker. And we'll use that to add Odd Eyes to our hand. Next, we'll activate Time Sword Magician and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. We'll set 2 cards, end our turn, destroy Odd Eyes, in order to add Time Gazer to hand. I made a bad move. I should have added Insight. Nope, Wisdom Eye. Its name is Wisdom Eye now. Previously known as Insight, currently known as Wisdom Eye Magician. Speaking of which, you probably know this. No, you probably don't know this. But well, first I'm going to activate Mystical Space Typhoon. Bye-bye. Okay, Forbidden Lance, I can deal with that. But in this upcoming December, the Master of Pendulum structure deck is coming out. And yeah, that's going to be awesome. I will put a link to the card list because it's already out, the TCG card list. If only it had Beast Eyes, then it'd be awesome. But it doesn't, unfortunately. They put Rune Eyes in it instead of Beast Eyes. Okay, so we're going to tune together. We're going to fuse together Odd Eyes Dragon and Perform a Pal Silverclaw in order to fusion summon Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Now then, we're going to battle phase. Beast Eyes attacks the face down. And he takes 800 in effect damage. He'll use its effect. So it is 1800 attack. I'm going to attack with Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. And damage is doubled. So yeah, he takes 1400. Now I'll attack directly for 1000. Yeah, he forgot about his own spell card that he literally just activated less than a minute ago. But yeah, more than half of his life is more than half of his life points are already gone. I'll end my turn with that. Yeah, Time Sword Magician's awesome because each turn the first time a pendulum monster or monsters would be destroyed. Um, well, let's demonstrate, shall we? So now, Skull Crobat Joker and Eyes Pendulum Dragon are now safe. Can't. One level 4 Dark Machine type monster. Okay, I'll take that. Oh, damn it. And there goes my Mirror Force, too. My field is completely blank now. That sucks. And I take a massive amount of damage. Saber Dragon. Well, this is useless. In case he's forgotten. He's forgetting the known effects of his monsters. Sky Iris. Well, that's not useful. Not in the slightest. He doesn't even have a tuner, so all he can do is attack with Weisel. Mech Lord Emperor of Weisel. There is no tuner. There is no tuner. Oh, overlay. Still can't attack. Gear Giant X still can't attack, so. However, if I drew Odd's Fusion, well, it doesn't really matter what I draw, as long as I can put it on the field. Sky Iris. I'll use that to add Odd's Fusion to hand. I'll activate Odd's Fusion. So I could send one Pendulum monster and one Odd-Eyes monster to the grave. I'll send Absolute. So now I can fusion summon. Wait, I got a better idea. Wait, no, that goes to the grave. Does it? Yeah, and then Eyes Pendulum Dragon to the grave. Special summon Rune Eyes. It can attack twice! Rune Eyes does have its moments. And to the grave. Ha, if they think they're gonna Oh, seriously? Oh well. Activate Time Sword Magician. Sky Iris. Another Odd Eyes Fusion to hand. And since they control 2 monsters, special summon Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Use Vortex Dragon's effect. So he takes 900. It's destroyed. And I still have the effect. I still have Vortex Dragon's effect. Alan, my turn. Sorry, but I have an extra deck chock full of pendulum monsters. Huh. One sec. Okay, I was just weighing my options. Normal summon Wisdom Eye. Battle phase. Attack. They take 1500. Main phase 2. Destroy it. And add Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon to hand. Activate it. End phase to extra deck. Okay, I negated its effect, and I attacked directly for the win. Okay, everybody, here's the deck. Pay no mind to the mirror forces in the side deck. I just like to side deck different forms of mirror force just in case I run across a deck that the regular one can't handle. So yeah, let's get on with the deck. Odd Eyes Dragon, good level 7 monster. It's a dark attribute. So yeah, it could be used for Xyz summoning, it could be used for fusion summoning, it could be used for synchro summoning, it could be used for ritual summoning. And you can add it back to your hand through Pendulum back. You can banish it for Allure of Darkness. There is a bunch of things you can do with it. It is just amazing. Odd Eye Saber Dragon. Aside from the whole Allure of Darkness thing, you can do everything that Odd Eye Saber Dragon, the regular Odd Eyes Dragon can do, except you banish Odd Eyes Dragon from your deck, hand, or field in order to special summon this, and it is higher attack, and when it destroys a monster by battle, you can destroy another monster. On to some of the new cards. Tuning Magician. If you have 2 Magician cards in your Pendulum Zone while this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Tuning Magician once per turn. This card is normal or special summoned. Your opponent gains 400 life points, and if you do, you lose 400 life points. Or you take 400 damage. Same thing. It's level 1 tuner, so it cannot be Pendulum summoned whatsoever. However, normal summoning is easy. You can special summon it, and its main purpose is getting out Enlightenment Paladin, which we'll go over later, because it is just so powerful. It can also be used to synchro summon the other monsters, but all it really needs is Tuning Magician and either Oversight or Xianke, and that's easy Enlightenment Paladin. You could use any of the Odd Eyes monsters, but there's a reason why I'm not including those, and you'll find that out later. Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon, obviously Odd Eyes Advent is what you use to ritual summon it. When it's special summoned, return all spell or trap cards your opponent controls to hand. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. You can only use this effect of Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon once per turn. And whenever your opponent activates a card or effect, they take 500 points of damage. They must pay 500 life points to activate cards or effects. Noble Dragon Magician, you probably know about this one by now. If you have no Magician cards in your other Pendulum Zone, destroy this card. So you do not want to put this in the Pendulum scale with Wisdom Eye Magician, Insight Magician, however you want to put it. You don't want to put it in there because that guy's effect lives off destroying itself. And the minute you do that, the effect of Noble Dragon kicks in and it destroys itself, so yeah. Of course, if you have another Pendulum monster in your hand, then that's a good thing because it clears Noble Dragon Magician off your field, because scale 5, come on, that's unsightly. So yeah. Also, it's used for tuner. If this card's in your hand or graveyard, you can target 1 level 7 or higher Odd Eyes monster you control, reduce its level by 3, and if you do special summon this card, this cannot be used as a synchro material except for the synchro summon of a dragon-type synchro monster, meaning Enlightenment Paladin is off limits. If this card is used for synchro summon and the other synchro materials, synchro material or materials is not an Odd Eyes monster, place this card on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. That's the thing. Oath Dragon Magician, when it's in the Pendulum Zone, you can add 1 face-up Magician or Odd Eyes Pendulum monster from your extra deck except Oath Dragon Magician. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you could target 1 Magician, Pendulum monster, or Odd Eyes monster in your graveyard except Oath Dragon Magician added to your hand. You can only use that effect once per turn. So yeah, really all around good card. 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons. Just need I say more about his effects? Everybody should know them by now. Oversight Magician. good. It's a scale 2, level 7, so it's really good. Once per turn, you can reveal one pendulum monster from your hand and target one magician card in your pendulum zone. Its pendulum scale becomes the revealed monster's pendulum scale until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. So if somewhere along the line a mystical space typhoon is used to destroy this, the other monster still keeps the scale. During the turn this card was pendulum summoned, magician pendulum monsters you control cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card effect while this card is face up on the field. So combine that with Time Gazer or just Time Sword, and that's a recipe for disaster for your opponent. 4-power Silver Claw, obviously in this deck, unless you're desperate, you don't use this thing as in the Pendulum Zone. When this card declares an attack, all 4-power monsters you currently control gain 300 attack until the end of the battle phase. Yes, so if you have multiple Perform-Power monsters, you want to make sure Silver Claw is the first to attack. Perform-Power Skull, Crobat, Joker, there's 3 in here for a reason. You don't put this guy in the Pendulum Zone either unless you're desperate. I mean, its effect can be used to special summon it depends on summon any of these monsters because they're all Odd Eyes, Magician, or Perform-Power monsters. However, it's best used by its monster effect. When it's normal summoned, you can add one Perform-Power monster, one Magician Pendulum monster, or one Odd Eyes monster from your deck to your hand except Perform-Power Skull, Crobat, Joker. So yeah, you can add any monster in this deck to your hand instantly. Well, except Tuning Magician. But that's only exception. Only exception! One Stargazer, I mean, you don't really need him nowadays. I mean, he is good because he's level 5. So yeah, that's pretty much all he has going for him, other than the fact your opponent cannot return cards to your hand the first time. The first time a pendulum monster you control would be returned to your hand, you can special summon it again. So, but not being able to activate spell cards during the battle phase, come on. Time Gazer, this is the better out of the two. Your opponent cannot activate when a pendulum monster attacks or is attacked, your opponent cannot activate trap cards until the end of the damage step. So yeah. That and it's level 3, scale 8, and I mean it does have a downside, but there are a lot of Magician Pendulum cards in this deck, so you don't have to worry about that. Each turn, the first card in your Pendulum Zone that would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect it is not destroyed. Yeah, it's really good. Downside is you cannot activate this card if there's a monster on the field. However, you can make a loophole around that with the effect of Wisdom Eye Magician. I can't get it right. 2-time Sword Magician. Each turn, the first time a pendulum monster or monsters you control will be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, it is not destroyed. Also, when it's a monster card, when this card and no other cards is pendulum summoned, if it was pendulum summoned from the hand, you can make this card's attack become double its original attack. Once per turn, you can target one other monster on the field, banish both that monster and this card from the field, but return them in your next standby phase. Yeah. Wisdom Eye Magician. If you have a Magician or Performable card in your other Pendulum Zone, you destroy this card and choose one Magician Pendulum monster in your deck and place it in your Pendulum Zone, except Wisdom Eye Magician. And this other effect's not really used often in this deck, but you can if you want. Xiankei. It's a pretty good effect. I mean, you can use this like if you have Absolute Dragon and you detach one of its Exceeds materials, that's an odd-eyes monster, or you detach one of its Exceeds materials, just special summon an odd-eyes monster from your grave, you can overlay Absolute with that odd-eyes monster that you special summoned from the grave in order to get Rebellion Dragon. So yeah, I used to have multiple copies, but now I only have one. Allure of Darkness, self-explanatory. Mystical Space Typhoon, self-explanatory. Eyes Advent. Now this ritual spell can be used to ritual summon any dragon type ritual monster from your hand or graveyard. But you must use pendulum monsters from your field or hand. Also, if your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control no monsters, you can also send odd-eyes monsters from your extra deck instead of tributing monsters. You can only activate this once per turn. Odd-eyes Fusion. Fusion summon one dragon-type fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as fusion materials. If your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control no monsters, you can use up to 2 odd-eyes monsters from your extra deck as fusion materials. You can only activate 1 odd-eyes fusion per turn. Yeah. It's basically odd-eyes Advent except fusion. Pendulum Call. Just wow. Pendulum Storm. You only need 1 pendulum monster on your side of field to activate this. Or if your opponent has 1, you don't even need to have 1 on your side of field to activate this. But yeah, destroy as many cards in each pendulum zone as possible, and then destroy 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls. Pot of Riches. Shuffle 3 pendulum monsters in your deck from your graveyard or face up from your extra deck, and then draw 2 cards. But you cannot do any. You cannot special summon any monsters turn you activate this card except by pendulum summoning. Destroy 1 card. Destroy 1 card and add 1 odd-eyes card from your deck to your hand. Mirror Force. Pendulum back. Pinpoint Guard. I'm just going to let you read these effects. Torrential Tribute. And then all these Mirror Force cards. Beast Eyes. Now you get this by having either Odd-eyes Dragon, Odd-eyes Pendulum Dragon, Rune-eyes Pendulum Dragon, Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, or Odd-eyes Rebellion Dragon, and then a Silver Claw. You just have to control those 2 monsters, you tribute both of them, and then you can fusion summon this. Easy. Oh, also, it'll deal 1800 points of effect damage when it destroys a monster by battle, because Silver Claw is 1800 and he's the only beast type monster in this deck. Vortex. 1 odd-eyes monster and 1 pendulum monster. When special summoned, you can target 1 face-up attack position monster your opponent controls, return that to your hand. During either player's turn, when a monster effect would be activated or a spell or trap card is activated, you can shuffle 1 face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck into your main deck. And if you do, negate the activation and destroy it. You can only activate each of these effects once per turn. Rune-eyes. I'm just going to let you read that because we're running low on time. Clear Wing. Meteor Burst. Dark Rebellion. You probably all know what Silent Monarch does by now. Eyes Absolute Dragon. And Odd-eyes Rebellion Dragon. Now, Enlightenment Paladin. If you use a Magician Pendulum monster as a synchro material, you can target 1 spell card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. And you can only use that effect once per turn. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's original attack. Anyway, that's been my revamped Odd-eyes deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe. If you want me to make a deck or you want me to make a new version of a deck, leave in the comments below and I will try to do my best. And And until next time, this has been Flashstack, and I will see you all later.